Hey guys, Adrian here for digitaldojos.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about YouTube's move against brand sponsored videos, why I think this matters. I'm going to try to keep it simple. I'm going to try and keep it short because this video was intended at all to be made. It's just something that happened. I heard about the news. I want to share my opinions and thoughts on it, why it may affect you as a content creator and possibly a viewer. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm just shooting this. I'm pretty tired, but it's important. And normally this is the part of the video where I tell you that the sponsors who make this video possible at all. But no, I'm not going to do that because this video is not going to be sponsored. It's not going to be monetized. It's here to raise awareness and talk about a subject that I think is very important to me, not just because I have a vested interest in it, but because I think as somebody who's been on YouTube since 2006, nearly a decade, why this really upsets me as a content creator. So YouTube has a policy that was in place back in 2014 that was intended to prevent advertising conflicts and ensure viewers don't get a bombardment of ads. Totally understandable, totally accepted. I knew about it. They integrated this thing called product placement. So when you monetized a video that you were getting paid for, a la a advertiser or sponsor, you had to disclose that. And you would do so because, let's say this video was brought to you by Monster, for example. It's not, I wish it was, but if it was, and Monster paid me $1 million to, share their energy drink in my video, I would have to disclose that so that they, one, wouldn't conflict with advertisers and advertise like Red Bull, for example. And two, if there was paid product placement, they would scale down the ads or not put any AdSense ads at all within your video because they don't want the user getting bombarded with ads. It would essentially it would fluctuate the ads depending on, if there was paid product placement or not. Understandable, totally as a viewer myself, and I know that you guys, I don't want to bombard you with ads. And in essence, really the main reason I'm doing these independent sponsor campaigns that I do nowadays, you can see my previous videos from, this one, where we have pre-roll ads of sponsors who make these videos possible, is because eventually I want to get rid of AdSense completely. I mean, that's the main solution here. If you don't want any issues with this policy at all, you get rid of AdSense completely. Because since then, today, they've changed this policy tremendously. And it can affect a lot of YouTubers. It can affect a lot of content creators. I don't know how they're going to enforce this. They say they're going to really enforce this policy. I don't know how they're going to go about doing that just because YouTube is so vast and wide. But essentially, now if you have any sort of brand sponsor or paid product placement within your video, and you want to run AdSense on your videos, which a lot of people do. I know it sounds weird, but a lot of people do this, and you may not even notice. That's the thing. Like, if you're thinking about the typical viewer, somebody who may not have Ad Block Plus or something like that, like as a tech-savvy user, I understand. I have Ad Block Plus on some sites, and you may too. You may use it on YouTube, for example, and I understand that. I understand that you may not even see my AdSense ads, and a way around that is to burn pre-roll ads or have sponsored content within the video itself. And that's a big part for other YouTubers out there. And the A-list YouTubers, for example, who depend highly on AdSense as their main source of income or revenue, they understand too that AdSense fluctuates. You'll have good months, you'll have bad months. Your earnings won't always be 100% consistent. So they have to diversify their revenue streams. They'll have paid product placement. But this day and age, content is so diverse. The media and landscape we live in, you got to understand that these paid product placements, you don't even notice them for most of the time, or you may not even know that a video is sponsored. For example, I watch a lot of gaming content out there. I watch people who play Let's Play, and I get to see that content, 100% of the content. There's no belligerent advertising, and at the very end, they may say like, oh, this video was brought to you by Razer, and because Razer is the people who provided them with the equipment they were playing the game on, and again, it's like it has no relevance as far as, or it has no impact on me as a viewer. Like I didn't think the whole time, like, man, he's really pushing the Razer thing. No, because I was watching a guy play a video game or a girl play a video game, and whether it's for tips or a Let's Play or just for funny reactions, like it had, again, it didn't affect the content in the slightest. But now, if you want to do that, if you want to have paid product placement as a sponsor or an advertiser or whatever in your videos, you have to notify them. And then once you notify them, you cannot have them, you can't have a pre-roll ad, you can't display a logo, you can't even display an image of that sponsor. The only thing you can do is provide a text-only title that says, like, this video has been brought to you by Razer, if you want to have that and AdSense enabled on your website, or on your video, I should say. Which I think is really ridiculous. Like, again, I understand you don't want to overload the user and stuff like that. But you also got to understand the landscape nowadays of YouTube. It's very different, very diverse. For example, another big instance I can think about video podcasts you may watch here on YouTube. Big video podcasts out there, networks who put their content on YouTube, either primarily or just as a sub, complement to their other networks out there, or wherever else they upload their content, I should say. If they have sponsors within their video podcast, they can't have AdSense enabled. And the really ridiculous thing to me is that you may have an 8-minute video that you may enjoy fully. It may be 8 minutes of educational, comedic, entertainment content, and only 3 seconds of that video contain an ad. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, whatever. That 3 or 2 seconds may make it so that that content creator specifically can't monetize it with AdSense. They can't have any other sort of ads around that video displayed at all. And again, I understand AdSense is a luxury. It's a thing at the end of the day that we as content creators are definitely, it's nice for us to have. It's not my main source of income, like I said. And my ultimate goal is just to rid of it completely, so I don't have to be told how to make my content and how to put my advertisers and content together. But we as creators, the A-list YouTubers as well as the lowercase YouTube, the other YouTubers, not the big stars out there, make up this site. We make up the content. We as the creators make up what the site is. And if you think this is just going to affect people like me and other people, you got to think again. There's a lot of big YouTubers that this policy will affect. And I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts on it. What do you guys think? It's definitely going to have to, involve some restructuring on my end. Again, you're either left with the solution to either A, not monetize the videos with AdSense, or B, you have a very, very, very restricted and a whole bunch of loopholes that you have to jump through if you even want to integrate AdSense and a paid product placement or sponsored video, which is really ridiculous. At the end of the day, really what Google wants is that they even say it within their little article here. If you really want an advertiser who wants pre-roll ads or whatever, if you have an advertiser who wants to sponsor a video specifically on your channel, they have to go through YouTube and go through Google AdSense to pay for advertisement on your video, meaning Google gets a big chunk of your campaign, even though it's uploaded to your channel, which kind of sucks at the end of the day. Anyways, just my thoughts. Love to hear you guys' opinions. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.